I was gonna talk about it too.
Welcome, everyone. I know, right? That's what I figured. Okay, so now we're gonna see. Okay, 2 of them worked.
Uh-huh.
Or 2 of them are working.
Okay. One viewer is watching on Rumble. That might be us. I don't know.
That's probably.
Uh-huh. Cool.
The
I'm
Rumble
still
one.
ready.
The Rumble one is the one. Like, okay,
Oh, there it is.
perfect. The Rumble one was the one that. Perfect. So guess what your job is, Chuckles?
Okay.
Your job is to look and see if anyone chats. Sound good?
Okay. Sounds great.
Who knows?
I'll try to keep that.
We'll figure that out. Oh, it'll be. Okay, so just.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
All right.
Who knows
we're up.
how this goes?
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be fun.
Uh-huh. Sure.
So.
So there were 4 viewers on YouTube at one point when I was just like testing it.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, well,
Wow.
it's cool.
That is cool. I'll take that. There's 2 viewers on Twitch.
Twitch. There you go. I know it's hard for you to remember words.
Sheesh.
It's hard for all of us to know anything.
Which word goes in which contact?
And so Rumble's
so
on the
hard.
right, Twitch is in the middle, YouTube is on the left.
Sweet. And everyone is beloved. Beloved.
By this channel. Everyone. Oh, Ho-Oh is gonna be here. That's fun.
Who's Ho-Ho?
Ho-Oh.
Do you
Not Ho-Ho.
remember?
Not like the treat. Ho-Oh.
Do you remember the time we talked with the guy from England?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
You guys heard? Have you heard
haven't
from him?
heard from him in a long time.
Wow.
I wish I'd heard.
I do miss him.
I miss him too, actually.
Yeah.
He was a fun, silly guy
Mm-hmm.
who
Yep.
made me love America even more
Uh-huh.
than I already do. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go America. Go USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of America
Yeah.
and the USA,
Uh-huh.
the title of our video of Let's Talk About Some Things. Okay.
What do you want to talk about? Inflation? The cost of stuff?
No, not those things.
Do you know what happened to me today?
What
I
happened to
am in
you?
the worst mood.
Yeah? You're in the
So
worst mood? I think there's someone out there that might be in a worse mood than you.
I
but
have,
hey,
yeah.
let's hear you out.
So I had a payday today,
Payday?
right? I had $2,000 come in,
Perfect.
and then I had another $2,000 check. Okay, so $4,000 all together.
Okay.
My wife goes into the dentist, and she has to get a surgery. That is $1,600 cash. Okay.
Wow.
Then Xfinity calls me
That's yucky.
and says, "Hey, you owe us $250, or we're gonna turn off your internet." Oh, great! The one way I can make money.
How
And
did
then,
that happen?
well, no,
You just didn't pay the bill?
Didn't pay the bill last month or something.
Okay.
And then, so also we had the dog get babysat over the 2-week trip, and that was $800.
Oh, the dog.
The dog also has some injury to his foot that needs being looked at, and that's going to be at least $700.
Yeah.
Like, it was all gone. Anyway, inflation. Right.
Anyways, inflation. All right, I got to do the
Yeah.
little internet trick thing. So, hold on. Everyone thinks that I'm bugging out of the thing. No, it's because of the way the Switch works, I guess, and we're streaming on 3 things. So who knows how this is gonna go? Who knows?
That's awesome.
Who knows? We're
Yeah.
gonna see how this. I mean, I have enough. Like, I have a gig of upload speed,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like I should be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
Cool.
okay, that's better.
Yeah, it looks good. You look fine.
I don't know if it feels still kind of laggy. Oh, well. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Up.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yay inflation.
Yay, inflation!
Thank goodness. Biden will. There's no way.
I don't think so either.
There's just no way anymore.
I don't think so either. So like this channel, we're not really we don't really care about like trying to like convince anyone or do anything like that. I won't even necessarily say who it is that I would or wouldn't vote for, but I like to have context to, you know, what's going on in like the world and the country and stuff. And I think it's clear as day that with the actions of what happened on Saturday, that like you basically set up a scenario where it's going to be hard for people who didn't even like him
Yeah.
are probably going to vote for him.
Yeah.
Because you just set up a situation that leads to kind of that easy outcome, if that makes sense. It's
Right.
like you haven't you just kind of screwed yourself over in my mind. Like it doesn't make sense what they did in their just the calculus wasn't already going their way anyways. And now this, and it's like, well,
Uh-oh. Bunzi Wong. His internet went down too.
he's like, I don't want to play no more. I know, I wouldn't want to play with me either. Ugh, doing so bad.
Yeah.
But because we were gonna continue our Pokemon Yellow journey today.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, you know what? I think it would be more apropos to play this game where we have we're able to like I can edit the videos in YouTube where I can do them closer to the actual happening, because like we're edited out for like, I don't know, the middle of August, something like that.
Wow.
And so it's like I didn't want today's video, because I knew we would be discussing these things to go out late.
Right.
And so yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was shocking just in general
Right.
that we are living in a time where something like that did happen. I mean, I just never thought it would. Like, I never thought I would have any kind of experience like that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I think because your dad when was your dad born?
Oh, 60s.
60s, right? So that was JFK, right?
Uh-huh.
That like they were alive for that. They're probably both, my dad and your dad, I think, were young, but
Right.
they had like the experience of it.
And Ronald Reagan was.
And Ronald Reagan, right? And honestly, I don't even really. If you had asked me different things about Ronald Reagan, that wouldn't even have like come up in my mind. I don't think, because I don't know that I was ever like really. Not like taught is the wrong word, but really, I don't know that I really like discussed it all that much.
Right.
And so it's just kind of like out of sight, out of mind, almost, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so I immediately got onto X, right? And I was pretty shocked at the response of some people. And it wasn't the response of like, I was less shocked by people who think it was a conspiracy, like that he did it on purpose. I would even like not really entertain it, but like I'd probably discuss it and like how that maybe sure, okay, whatever.
Maybe could
like
be
conspiracy
perceived.
theories are just kind of funny
Yeah.
to begin with anyways, right? It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, you can have conspiracy theories, and then that's just stupid to think.
Right.
To
Well,
where he set it up to get shot.
right. So it's just like silly to begin with, but the vitriol that I was going on, like I've seen comments of people saying like, "Oh, why wasn't he a better shot?" Or I don't know if you know who like Destiny is, but he basically said that he doesn't care. He doesn't care that this happened, and that if that's just the way things are now, he's just kind of like, you know, whatever. Wow. And he like is laughing at the fireman who died, like he doesn't care that that man lost his life. He literally said that if he had conservative supporters and this happens to them sometime in their life, that he will laugh at them about it. That kind of stuff, that to me is
disgusting.
yeah, well, and it's shocking. It's like, you're a person, like that's a person that I would never ever want to be around or communicate with or do anything with. Like,
right,
that in my mind is pure evil. And again, it has nothing to do with who and who you were voting for, or who you changed your vote for, if you have, or any of that. That's not the issue, like, at all. That has no relevance to the conversation. It's there are people in this country that I thought were just different, and that was, you know, that's like whatever. But no, those people are actually evil. Like that's straight up evil. And I have no problem calling a person like that out and saying you are an evil person, and you should just be ignored.
Right.
Like you like, freedom of speech is you should be free to say that. You shouldn't go to jail. I'm not advocating violence against you, but you should be ignored.
That guy keeps singling you out.
I know. He did not like me. He is very upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's someone that should be ignored forever.
Yeah.
In my mind.
No,
and so,
it's very true. Like, you're gonna act like that and be that kind of person and talk like that. Like,
racism.
It doesn't matter who you're voting for. You cannot wish that upon another human being, or you are evil. Right.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, if you do go that route, all you've done is then supplied the narrative for it to happen to you and to people that you love, or to your candidate. And it's like, oh man, I love the Tom McDonald song that he wrote. I don't know if you heard it. He wrote it in a night. He wrote it that night. Oh my gosh. Cinderace. The other Cinderace stole it. Oh, Cinderace, you stink.
Did they win it then?
Yeah, well, they won. They got Rayquaza, which usually leads to
a win.
To being a winner. But if we can actually, if we could have actually killed them, maybe I was a little too aggressive in my own hubris. Then maybe we could have won this fight still, but come on. Yeah. We're all dead. We're all dead! They're marching on. Oh, man.
Dang it.
Okay, so sword is going up. I don't know what anyone should do. Sword, you needed to jump way earlier, bro. Like, not that late. Leave me alone, Charizard! Run! Run away! Run away!
I'm surrounded!
But yeah, so it's freedom of speech is really useful also because you let people speak and show you who they are. And then once they do that, you are. Oh, I scored no goals. I was pathetic. All of you should be angry at me. You guys should all.
Even I
want to.
I thought you were doing great.
Apologize. Oh, doing great. You are silly boy.
Oh.
How do I live without you? Yeah, but so, yeah, I think that it is clear that we are in a position in this country now that we literally have to make adjustments on what it is or how it is that we see things. So in like what I'm referring to, I again, freedom of speech, people have the right to say what they want. And so I personally will not, without like threat of violence or imprisonment. And then, and there's obviously, we all know there's limits on that. Like, you can't threaten someone, can't yell fire in a crowded theater, all the things that we talk about. So, let's follow through from here. But that, what that also means is that doesn't mean though that you need to give someone a platform to say what they want, nor listen to them. So like, for example, Destiny a lot of times goes on shows, and on those talk shows, it's just a lot of people, and they all kind of like talk at the same time, and they interrupt each other and blah blah blah, right? Whatever. If let's say I was on a panel together with Destiny, I literally would ignore it. Like, I wouldn't. So if he like asked me a direct question, which is a common thing that happens on those things, I would literally ignore him and like act as if he wasn't there, and then like I would just, it's like I don't have the time. I don't have the time to entertain any thought that you have.
Right.
Like you are so clearly out of the Rubicon of normal society, and you should be ignored by everyone. And the only way that should change is if you issue an apology. And I'm not really like big on like apologize. Like, I'm more of like, yeah, like I might have said something wrong, but as long as if you stand by it, then fine. And it's like, and that's the thing, is I think he does stand by it, and because he stands by that, then that's just not anyone you can build a society with. Right. So that's a really good question, Ed Gruberman. What you're saying, like, when you have those debates with people in that idea that we're talking about, you're not really there to change anyone's mind that's on the panel. What you're there to do is talk about your ideas so that you can change people's minds or listening. Like, that's why it's like the debate format has always been like, worth it. The debate format is really, you defend your side of the debate. You're not meant to be changed in that way. And like, what I'm trying to illustrate is, before I listened to him, I had that same idea. It's like, oh, like, we could talk about it. Maybe he would change his mind. Probably not, but whatever. You cannot change the mind of people who think it's okay to use violence against other people.
Right.
Like, that is not a possibility. And so that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's-
It's not like you can't placate to people
Yay!
who don't even function on the same level that you are. Ugh. No! I'm gonna die. No! Dang it! Thought I might get away. I did not get away. And Lapras has just decided to go in and die all the time. Lapras, get out! It's a trap! Oh, it was a trap. But yeah, there are people that you should ignore. Like, would you try and change the mind of Hitler? No, you wouldn't. You just ignore him. Like, you say, okay, he's beyond what I can like do or accomplish or anything. Like, he's beyond it. And so you can't. The idea that you think that everyone's mind can be changed is kind of what I'm saying is naive. You can't change. Most of the time, you can't change people's mind. And here's a good example. Me and Tyler do not agree on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We don't agree. But me and Tyler, like, Tyler is my best friend. Like, that's what he is. He's my best friend. And I will go down forever saying that he is my best friend. So we can think and act and understand things differently without getting offended, and then we can still build a society together. You cannot build a society with someone who thinks it's okay to try and assassinate a person. Like,
Yeah. Anyway.
okay, this isn't a banana republic. Like, we're not getting into the realm of like, well, what about the death penalty? It's like, okay, that's a very unique discussion, and we should have that discussion. This is not what that is. What happened is an assassination attempt. And it's an assassination attempt by people who simply don't think or believe in what...
Where are your teammates?
I don't know. Leaving that thing to die.
Why are they all down?
They're down on the bottom side, I guess.
Yeah, and they aren't moving.
No. This has not been a good... I thought... This started off, I thought, as a good game.
I did too.
I did not... Not anymore. This is not a good game. Ah, thanks, Lapras. Okay. But yeah, so... That, in my mind, that's the difference. Like, me and Tyler don't take offense to each other. We talk about it when it comes up, organically. And we discuss it, and then we move on. I am not trying to change... I'm not even really trying to change Tyler's opinion on the subject that we're discussing right now. Like, I'm literally just like, okay, you feel the way you feel. This is a different perspective. And then if he changed his mind, like, okay, cool. Whatever. And he probably thinks the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, if he changed his mind, it's like, okay. Like,
right.
But it's not an active searching. It's not an active thing that I search out to do. Like, and that's also why we don't really talk about it all that much to begin with. It's just if something happens, oh my gosh,
So
then sure, we might discuss it. But outside of that,
yeah. So it's like,
oh my gosh,
it's like I
this
understand.
game is going so bad.
It's like I understand like the division of politics, that it's a me versus them, but it's also don't touch my guy.
Well, yeah, it's like me versus them, fine, but like not me versus them to the point of
violence,
right,
of hurting him,
right,
and just
like
because
when
you
Joe
disagree
Biden,
with him, it's not okay.
When Biden,
dude, get away from my dude.
When Biden was elected, like the very first thing I did was pray for him. Like,
right.
I want any president that we have to be the best president that ever existed.
Right.
Like, I don't, and so like that's what I'm saying is like free speech is very useful also for the fact that like people will tell you who they are.
And it's wonderful.
Right. And then you know who they are, and because you know who they are, you then can act accordingly.
Stay away from them, or
yeah, you can put yourself in a situation to succeed. You can put yourself in a situation where you don't, where you're not getting angry all the time. It's like if me and Tyler constantly just talked about the church in a combative way, we probably shouldn't we probably shouldn't hang out that much. You know what I'm saying? It's like unless we can handle that. Oh my gosh, I've done that twice now, where I've sent it the wrong way. Gyarados, you made my life so terrible.
See, in my
So I just
opinion,
think you'd rather ignore, let's say, a flat earther than try to show them. Yeah, sure, yeah. And here's the thing, and here's the difference of what I'm actually saying with Destiny, right? There's kids that are flat earthers that I teach, right? Like that happens, and it's like, okay. And so I don't ignore them in the way that I'm talking though about Destiny. What I'm saying, ignoring Destiny is different. Like what I'm saying is I literally don't, I wouldn't discuss what he was saying with me. That's what I'm referring to. Like he is so far off the rails that it's almost unsavable. Like, does that make sense? Like he now has shown that he doesn't. Oh my gosh, Venusaur, leave me alone. You stink monster. I want to score my goal, but they're in the way, Tyler. But yeah, ignoring, oh yeah, they just said a silly thing, so I ignored them and I moved on. That's not what I'm actually talking about. I'm literally saying I will not discuss it. I will not talk to you. I will talk to a flat earther and hear what they have to say, and then ignore the obvious ludicrousness of their argument while still being kind to them. I literally would pretend like Destiny doesn't exist. That's the difference. It's another level of ignoring. I do not have time, and I'm just talking about him because he's a known personality. And honestly, I hope he hears this. You're a joke, Destiny. You're a joke more than I ever thought you actually. Before it was just oh, he's just silly and we just think different things. You are an evil human being. You're evil. And you should not be people who actually care about this country should not platform you. You've gone beyond the Rubicon. You're beyond it. You should be shunned for what you've said.
Hey, you did well that game.
I know, we won.
Yeah.
Well, I did terrible actually, but we still won. And so I'm not saying this is not nuanced. I'm not saying that this isn't even difficult to understand or comprehend. What I am saying though is that I do not have time in my life. So anytime I see him now, it'll just be off. I have no desire to hear or even see your face anymore. I'm done completely. And so, and other people will have to make that adjustment or have to make that what's the word? They'll have to make that decision on their own, and that's great. I'm not saying what anyone else should do. You all handle it the way you want to handle it, but that is how I handle it. Right?
Yeah.
Let's try Pikachu. This is going to be a terrible game.
To me, with people that are upset that he missed, it's one, he didn't miss.
Right.
If he didn't move his head, he would have been dead.
Yeah, he would have been dead.
He was a quarter of an inch away from
what would have been what would have happened after that?
Yeah, I don't know.
What would have happened? People would not have just that's not good. That we should not be celebrating something so heinous and
so scary and
and here's the difference too. Okay.
Also,
maybe people with
the head of the head guys, the head girl of security needs to resign now.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, you
She
you
needs to
did
be
such a
done.
terrible job that like anyone else who had done as bad a job, like your job is to protect him from being killed, and he almost did die.
Yeah.
Luckily, didn't.
It was so bad.
No, I
so
completely
embarrassing.
I
Like,
completely
that was-
agree. Like she should resign in disgrace, and she should not be allowed to. She needs to find another career.
Mm-hmm.
And it has everything solely to do with the inability to do your job.
Yeah.
Like
The level of incompetence
right?
there is just unfathomable. Like they had the guy in the site for 3 minutes, and Trump was still on stage.
Right. People were yelling, "There's a shooter! There's a shooter!" Like, get him down! Like, like
Yeah, like
people knew.
people knew he was there. A lot of people.
How does a guy with a rifle, okay? How
Uh-huh.
does a guy with a rifle make it to that point to begin with?
Right.
Like, and that's then where everyone gets into these conspiracy theory type stuff.
Yeah,
And it's like,
of
well,
like, they
I
wanted it
understand.
to
I
happen.
understand why they feel that way.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what other solution or other thing do you think like? And we
Yeah.
already know,
Like, give me
that, like-
Markham's razor better than
Yeah.
you're terrible.
right?
You're just terrible at your job.
You're that, and the thing is not only you're terrible at your job, but you're that bad at your job.
Yeah. Like,
Ooh, like
the
that-
only building that had any kind of sight line to it was not covered.
Well, and here's the thing. So this is what I don't understand.
Oh.
So when I shot a deer 2 years ago, okay, and I'm not. I don't know that you would call me like even an avid like hunter. Like I know how to shoot, but I'm not anything special by any means.
Right.
And
But
when I shot that deer, okay, when I shot that deer, it was 180 yards away, and I nailed it. Like,
right.
I nailed it in the heart. It jumped, and then it died on the spot. Like, I hit it as best as you can possibly hit it. And like I'm saying, I'm just average guy with the rifle. So it's like, it's crazy to me that he missed.
right.
And it's like, and I don't know about like, a lot of people are like, well, God doesn't want him to be dead. It's like, okay, maybe that's true. I don't know. But it's just like, that's crazy. Okay. Like having shot a deer. Okay.
Right.
And it's like when you shoot a deer, you shoot him behind the front leg, and that's where their heart sits. Like their heart is smaller than the target that Donald Trump's head is. Okay. It's a smaller target
right.
to hit that heart, and I was further away. So it's like, I cannot figure out how, like, I don't understand like what happened to it's just like so lucky or blessed or divine intervention, whatever it was. It is still just another crazy part of this story. And like I said,
Yeah.
I've seen school teachers. I was scrolling through some stuff, and there was a school teacher who said, like, and I don't know where she's from, but some lady was like, yeah, we're gonna put her on blast because she is a school teacher, and she said this about the incident. And it's like, so it doesn't matter. Oh, Tyler,
Uh-oh.
am I gonna do this? I am gonna do this.
Yes.
This is gonna lead to my death. Oh, yep, I was right. If I got my
But you scored.
if I got my unite move off, I wouldn't have died. But my button didn't work. Shoot. But yeah, so it's like, this is a line in the sand for me, and it doesn't mean that you need to vote for him. It's like I said, I'm never, this is not a political show, but this is so relevant to everything about our lives that I thought it was worthwhile to discuss. Oh, are you dead? You did die! Oh, but I'm gonna die too! Don't worry. One for onesies.
Well done. Good fight.
And so it's just, and so it's like, yeah, like, and me and you have described and have said, like, why we like a candidate, like, we like different candidate. I would vote for, like I said, I would vote for Biden if he, because my Rubicon is simply, what I want, probably using that word too much, what I want is simply someone who gets out of my way. The social aspects that I might disagree with of any candidate, I can fight those myself. But like, I don't need anyone to fight any social issue that I am concerned about. I can fight those on my own through my church, through my family, all that stuff. What I can't fight is like inflation and high interest rates, and I can't fight taxes. Like, so that's we need a strong military. Like, but we also, I don't believe that we need to overpay as much as we do for the military. Like, there's a limit to all that stuff too. I want an honest, FBI and CIA, and I don't know that we have those. I want a competent Secret Service. Like, and I think that's reasonable. And so, and just my whole thing now from this experience is that, like, I am fully invested in the idea, man, he just gets so much shielding.
Yeah.
Like this little like
caterpillar.
Yeah, he just, like, you go in and you're just like, oh yeah, I can kill that guy. No, you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree. Like, the social stuff is like, oh, I'll fight for the little guy, and it's like, great, yeah, that's great.
Okay.
But also, get out of my way, man. Like,
Right.
If you're gonna get out of my way, give me lower taxes. Do not put inflation on me, because that will ruin everything.
Because it's essentially stealing.
Yeah.
Like, you just made the dollar worse.
Worse.
Like less valuable.
Way worse.
All the things that hurt us, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's like, and today I was just like, you know what? Why am I still saying, oh, the lesser of two evils? Like, I know who incited evil on Saturday, who incited and used the deadliest language.
Right.
And the scariest.
And then
language.
the thing is like the stories and all the people, all the media they still shifted blame to Trump.
To Trump.
That
Again.
it was his fault.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's what I mean. Just like, let people talk. Like, let them talk. Let
Right.
them show you exactly who they are.
Right.
Let them do it. Because if you do, you will know you'll know so fast. Oh, I got Rayquaza. I don't know how that happened. And you're dead. Oh! Pikachu for the win! But yeah, like and that's the thing, that's why I'm saying it's like, that's why I feel like the church example is so, like, is a good example that like we can feel different things and still be like best friends. Like I'm saying, you are my best friend, and like that's why I wanted to do this with you. Okay, here the new law in Louisiana will make elementary schools in 2025 for the 10 minutes classrooms. You should teach some religion in school. I don't remember what they said after, but they said it's not about that, right? Yeah, I mean, so I am Christian.
Yeah.
I believe in the 10 Commandments, so it's like I don't believe in the separation of some of the things that people are subscribing to.
I don't believe in separation of state and
Well, and that's not even what it
Religion.
meant.
Yeah,
Like that's not what they were referring
and it's
to.
nowhere in the Constitution.
It's not in the
either.
Constitution. Now though,
It was some dude's letter.
so this is how I actually think. So it's like I think religion and all those things should be taught just like math or anything. And then if you don't want to participate in it, that's what makes America beautiful. You don't have to. So like
Right.
if I had let's say I had a Muslim teacher and that Muslim teacher needed to like have a situation where they could pray, right? And so they needed like a certain prep period during the day. Then I want that person to be accommodated, right?
Right.
I have no problem with that person saying this is the Quran, this is what the Quran teaches. If you say it in those ways, then yeah, I don't care. And the thing is like it makes sense that in a nation that's the religion is majority Christian. I wouldn't necessarily call us a Christian nation, but that's like the majority religion is Christian.
Yeah.
I don't find a problem with hanging the 10 Commandments in there and just be like, hey, these are some good ideas. And then you kind of and then that's it.